Hey class, we're hopefully going to have Nearpod lessons in the future where you can just do it on your own at your own pace. Right now, I'm talking with uh, the Nearpod company about giving me the permission to do it where you don't have to join us at the same time. You can do it at your own pace. But right now, I don't have that capability. But I'm working on it. So instead today, I'm going to have you watch me do the Nearpod lesson. We can kind of do it together. Do it together on a separate sheet of paper while you're watching me. So first of all, before we do the Nearpod, I want to show you some of these circles, kind of to review before. All the way across is called what? It's called a diameter. That's right. And this is called a radius. That's right. So let's look at how are we going to find the diameter from a radius? Well, if it's 14 inches this long, the rest of the way is going to be twice as long. So that's 28 inches. Good. Okay. If it's 30.2 centimeters across, what would be the radius? The radius would be half of that. So the radius would be 15.1, which is half of 30.2. To find the circumference, how are we going to do that? You just take the diameter all the way across and multiply it by pi. This one already has the diameter, so we just take 30.2 and multiply that by pi. And that gives us the circumference. This one's 28 times pi. All right, so what about, how do we find the circumference? We use 2 times pi times the radius. Well, what if you already have the circumference and you want to find the diameter? Well, remember the diameter is just all the way across, and the circumference is the diameter times pi. So the diameter is actually going to just be this number here that you're multiplying pi by. So those are the diameters. Well, what if it's not a number that has pi in it? Then you have to divide out pi. Let's say the circumference equals 20 inches. Okay. Well, what's the diameter going to be? Well, here you just ignored the pi to find the diameter for this problem. Okay, but the pi is already multiplied into that number. So to get rid of it, we're just going to divide by pi. And so that would be your diameter. Okay. So so here the diameter for this example that I made right here, the diameter is going to equal 20 divided by pi. Or the fraction 20 over pi. And you don't worry about reducing it because you can't reduce an irrational number, and pi is irrational. All right, so now let's move on to our Nearpod. Hope you're still with me. Okay, all right, so see, I tried to do student-based, but it wouldn't let me do it so far. They're overwhelmed with everyone doing home-based learning, is what they told me. So I'm gonna hit the preview, and we're just gonna do it together. All right, and then maybe later this week, you can get a chance to do it on your own if you'd like. Okay, so here we go. Preview. So circles, get ready to put your knowledge about circles to the test. Let's see what you already know. Okay, this is a cool little video here. How many circles do you see in there? I see one here, I see one there. The head's kind of like a circle. And the spaceship is kind of like half of a circle. So, and then of course the ground that they're standing on is a circle. It's a sphere. Okay, so circle vocabulary. What is a circle? It's a round shape with a continuous outside edge called the circumference. How is it different from other shapes? A circle is the only two-dimensional shape where every point is the same distance from the center. Now, we'd already talked about that. So if I pick a point here in the center, and I decide I want to go out 2 centimeters. Then every point that's 2 centimeters away from the center, from that center piece, is going to be part of the circumference of a circle. I'm not the best drawer. Sorry. It looks kind of like a chicken. But winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, let's move on. You guys are smart and probably already know that. So what we're going to look at now is we're going to do some fill in the blanks. Every blank is a round shape with an outside blank edge called the blank. Well, what are we talking about? We're talking about circle. So I'm going to put circle up here. Yay. Is a round shape with an outside what? What's on the outside of a circle? It'd be circumference. But this circumference has a period, which means it's got to come at the end. So with an outside, what kind of edge? Okay, we know that's called the circumference. But what kind of edge is it? It's a continuous edge. It's not broken up. It's continuous all the way around. Every blank in the circumference of a circle is the blank distance from the blank. Every what? Every point? Every length? What did we say a circle was made of? Every point in the circumference of a circle is the same distance from the center of the circle. There we go. Okay, last one. Let's look at that one. The diameter equals 2 times the radius. Did I put it in there well? There we go. Okay. And the diameter is the blank across the circle. Is it the length? Is it the distance? Either one of those could work, the length across the circle or the distance. So let's look at this next blank, and it is blank the length of the radius, twice. I'm guessing the blank that goes in here is length, since I used the word length here. Oh no. So that distance from the center is called the radius, okay? And the length across the circle. Okay, well that's it for our Nearpod. I don't know if this one even worked, so I'm just going to go because we just lost our electricity. But I'm going to go ahead and pause it and hope that you were able to do the first 2 tabs of this Nearpod.